Hello guys, welcome back to one of my videos. Today's video is watched in April, and I know I'm a bit delayed, but please, I have good recommendations. I just took longer because I started watching something, and one of them recommendations that I'm gonna give you, and I don't think I watched enough, so I just wanted to watch a few more episodes so that I had like a more of a opinion about the series and not just what I like my first impression. So that's why it took a bit longer, but please forgive me. And the first recommendation that I have is technically not a series or movie, but I think it counts because it's a documentary and it was on YouTube, so literally anyone can watch it. It's Demi Lovato Dancing with the Devil. I think everyone should watch it because if you have no idea how much addictions can destroy your life, then you need to watch that because she was in like deep in that, and you don't know how bad it is until like it's sometimes a bit too late. Like she was so lucky and she had so many people around to take care of her, and most people won't have that. Like she literally had a battalion of people just to look out for her, and nobody has that support. So I'm thinking like if you watch that, it can be a trigger. So just please be aware, it talks about eating disorders, it talks about drug and alcohol addiction, it just talks about all the things that she's been through that we kind of knew, but we also couldn't really do anything as mere I don't know, mere common people. Like it's not like I can help Demi Lovato to recover from her addiction or anything. When she released that song Sober, she was literally saying that she was not sober, and I don't think that people that were around her cared enough. You can kind of see that in the documentary. Like people are literally applauding like what an amazing song, and it is, but can't you literally just hear like her words, like she's asking, it's a cry for help. And so at the same time I feel like obviously people are not there to take care of you, so at the end of the day it has to be you, the one who takes the first step, because people cannot drag you to um for recovery. And I don't think she knows how bad it is still. Not that I'm a psychologist or anything, I just am giving my own opinion. You can see Elton John comment as well on the documentary, and he also says that she will have to like drop everything, not just be California sober, whatever that means, because that's not a thing. You either sober or you're not sober. And I think she's like using marijuana, and she's occasionally drinking alcohol as a way to say to herself that she's doing better. But at the end of the day, she literally got she almost got herself killed because she was just drinking a glass of wine, and that's how things went out of control. So I just hope that she treats herself, but I think that she's still not there yet. And I think you should just watch the series, the documentary. It's very short, you can just watch it all in one night. So I think everyone should do it. The next thing that I watched is also a documentary, and it's from Billie Eilish. And I was just curious because I always like to know how it's like to be in somebody else's skin. I think it builds your empathy, and you sometimes think they have it all and they have their own issues as well. Of course, their life must be somewhat better than us that have to work minimum wage jobs. But anyway, she still has her own issues, and I really enjoy like seeing her make that when we fall asleep, where do we go? I think that's the name of the album. I'm sorry, I'm not like a huge fan, but I just was curious, and I cannot believe that she dated that guy named Q. Like that's not even a real name, it's just a letter. Anyways, I was just so upset. Like, how can girls like you're beautiful, like you're amazing, and you're dating that douchebag. Like I could notice like he was a douchebag like from miles away. And girl, like if you are in a shitty relationship like that, you just need to check it. Like check yourself out, because that's not acceptable. Like he literally didn't have any time for her. It's just not okay. And the fact that she didn't even know who Orlando Bloom was. Okay, Billy, what is going on? Like he's literally an icon, like the first crush for many people from the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like you just have to know who he is. I mean, I didn't know his name until I was older, but I for sure knew who he was. The next thing that I also watched Taylor Swift, Miss Americana. Yes, I just went on a roll. I didn't watch Shawn Mendes because, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. But I did watch Taylor Swift, and let me tell you, everything she says on that and is just so true. And when I was younger, I used to hate her because I was a fan of One Direction, and for some stupid reason, we like deep down jealous that we're not the ones who dating Harry Styles, like as if Harry Styles is gonna date a 12-year-old. But anyways, I think that women in the music industry have it so much harder than men. Like she says, they just have to keep reinventing themselves and just have to have new eras. And like Billie Eilish, I really love her, but I'm afraid that at some point it'll just be so much, because she's so high up. And we have a Portuguese saying for that, like the higher the height, then higher the fall, if that makes sense. That's not really how you say it, but I think that at some point, I just hope that she can handle all of it, because it's really hard to be on the spotlight and to be in a such position that she is. It's really hard for women not to have like a little breakdown, because it's just so hard to be in that position. Like every eye's on you. And Taylor Swift, she really had it hard. Like she had an eating disorder. I didn't know any of that. And I think everyone should watch these documentaries so they can build empathy, because at the end of the day, they are people, and every commentary that you make, every little judgment thing you say, it will reach their ears, even if you think like you're just a nobody, and that doesn't matter. Like it matters. Only comment good things. If you're thinking that they will never hear it, like they will never know, it's just a comment, but they will. Like the bad comments, they stand out from the crowd, the good ones don't. And that's the thing. So just please, just be more empathetic. And I think it really helped me to see their side of the story, and how bad they have it, because in some way, of course, their life is not perfect. Hay fever, I'm sorry. Okay, the next ones, they are actual series. They're not documentaries, so they're all entirely fiction. And I never just sneeze once. Okay. The first one is Snowpiercer. Everyone was watching Snowpiercer because I think they had the second season very recently, and now everyone was watching Snowpiercer. So I decided that I also wanted to watch Snowpiercer, and it is so good. And I think it comes the third sneeze. Yeah, I also sneezed. I always sneeze 3 times. Honestly, I love Snowpiercer. It just caught my eyes. It just caught my attention very fast, because just everything they do in that, like the first season. The second one, I'm halfway through, is not as good. Just let me tell you, it's not as good. But the first one, chef's kiss. They talk about classes, and they talk about capitalism in a way that if nobody understands it, like if someone doesn't understand, I mean, then you're just pretending, because you can clearly see that's what they're trying to say. Like they're trying to show you how bad it is, like capitalism just dividing people into classes. You're not worth as much as someone else because you're not as rich. And that, oh my god, I just loved it. I just loved it. And I was going to say spoiler. Never mind. But basically, Snowpiercer is about the world has gone to shit, and the scientists, they were trying to make the world not be so hot. So they're trying to fight climate change by releasing a chemical compound. I don't know what it is. It has like some weird name that it would make the world um drop temperature, but for some reason it just didn't go right, and they basically froze the whole world, and it was slowly dropping temperatures. Well, not that slowly, like kind of fast. So a millionaire or billionaire, I don't know what he is, he decided to build a giant train, like 1,001 carriages long, like cars long. I think that's how you say cars long. So it is very, very big, and I think they took 3,000 people in it, and they sold tickets for first class, second class, and third class, and just kind of like Titanic, you know? But then, as they were departing from Chicago, there was a group of people that they tried to get inside the train by the in the last carriage, which is where they had the bags for everyone else. So they managed to get inside the train, but now they're not allowed to be in the train. So they kept there, and they only give them small rations of food, and it's just really bad life. And they're not allowed to go up train because they're trailees, because they're in the trail, and they didn't pay for the ticket. So they're not allowed to have a life, pretty much, because they didn't pay for a ticket. And it just speaks volumes. Honestly, it just speaks volumes. And the fact that the first class, they don't do jack shit. They just paid for their ticket, and they don't have to work. And everyone else has to work because their ticket is their job. So pretty much everyone who's in the third class and is in the second class, all of them, they have a job, and they can only maintain their class. Like if you're in the second class, you can only be in second class if you keep doing your job. Like if you change your job, then you're not second class worthy. So oh my god, like they've been there for 7 years, and the first class hasn't done anything. They basically live on a fancy ass wagon. They don't do anything. They just get feed like oysters and truffles every single day, and they don't do anything at all for 7 years, just because they paid for a ticket, so they don't have to work because they're rich. And oh my god. And there's so many references to Karl Marx and the Russian Revolution and communism and socialism, and I absolutely love it. The second season, they don't do it as much, but the first season is just chef's kiss, and you should watch Snowpiercer. It's on Netflix, by the way. The next one is Shadow and Bone, which was the one that it took me the longest to watch because I just could not keep my attention on the screen. It's not bad, it's just too much. It's just too much, and I understand it's because it's been written like it was a whole book series. So obviously it just has too much information for you to understand everything. And I honestly think like if you're going to watch this show, you need to look up videos on YouTube to understand this universe, because you will not understand half of what is happening just by watching the show. Because I don't know what the hell is a geisha. It's not a geisha. I don't know how they say it. Like every class and every name, I don't understand any of it. There's just so many things all at once, and I don't understand where's the split and why do they hate each other from the other side. Like they don't explain any of that. You just pretty much, you either have to read the books or you just have to watch YouTube videos explaining what the hell is going on, because you will not be able to understand any of it just by watching the show. And it's just written as very young adult series. Like, I'm not special. No, I am actually very special, and I can summon the sun, and I have to save the whole world, you know? That sort of thing. It's just been played out for too many shows, but I will still keep watching because at the end of the day it's better than some other shows that I've watched before. So I'll keep watching, but it'll be more out of spite, because I cannot just leave something hanging, so I have to watch the whole thing. But it's actually alright. And I've watched videos sort of explaining about the adaptation, and the people were saying that the writer, when she started writing the books, she was going for a young adult kind of thing, like trying to sell books, but then she improved her writing skills as she progressed on in the history of the books. So I'll just hope that second season is even better than the first, because at least it'll be an improvement. It's better than having a really good first season and then having a really shitty second season. But so far is very confusing, and the thing is, they have like a trilogy, and then they have some other story but inside the same universe about the crows. But in the series on Netflix, they have everything happening all at once, as if the main story wasn't confusing enough. And yeah, that's pretty much all I watched this month. I hope it made you guys happy, and I hope that you watched something amazing as well. Please, if you did, just leave it in the comments. I also think I'm gonna try to watch The Irregulars, even though many people said it was pretty shit. But I'm just gonna try it anyways. And if you have any recommendations, please give it to me, because I'm just all out of shows to watch, all out of series and movies. And please, just tell me if you watched something that you really loved, or tell me if you hated something, because I don't want to start watching something and realize it was really bad. So also tell me the bad shit that you've watched. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye!